These motorcycles were not recalled. They were not discontinued. They were banned by governments, by safety authorities, by entire countries who looked at these machines and said, absolutely not. Not on our roads, not ever. We are not talking about bikes that were a little too fast. We are not talking about minor safety concerns. We are talking about machines so catastrophically extreme that lawmakers across the globe had no choice. They had to act. And here is the thing, though, these bikes still exist. Some of them are still being built right now. And what they can do will make your jaw hit the floor. Right, let us get into it. My name is MotoPrestige, and today we are counting down the 5 most dangerous, most extreme, and most utterly banned motorcycles ever created on this planet. From jet turbines ripped straight out of Rolls-Royce helicopters, to underground machines in Japan that riders will go to prison for. Every single one of these bikes is a genuine story of human beings pushing so far past the limit that governments worldwide had to draw a hard line. And honestly, the further down this list we go, the more insane it gets. If you are new here and you love motorcycles at the extreme end of everything, hit that subscribe button now. Because we cover the machines that most channels are simply too afraid to talk about, and we are just getting started. But wait until you hear what number 1 on this list has done to the entire nation of Japan. The MTT Turbine Superbike Itwo 1000. Let me tell you something. Most motorcycle manufacturers use petrol engines. Some use electric motors. MTT looked at both of those options, threw them straight in the bin, and bolted a Rolls-Royce helicopter turbine to a motorcycle frame instead. You are not ready for this. 320 brake horsepower. That is not a typo. 320 from a jet engine on 2 wheels. That is the same power output as a modern Formula 1 car on a machine you steer with your hands and balance with your body. The top speed was officially recorded at 365 kilometers per hour. And the exhaust runs at temperatures hot enough to literally melt the road surface beneath it. Tarmac melting under a motorcycle. The United Kingdom banned it. Germany banned it. Australia banned it. And after one owner suffered 3rd-degree burns to his leg simply from being near the exhaust pipe, you begin to understand exactly why. Only 25 were ever built. The price, $185,000. Pause, think about that for a second. $185,000 for a machine that could melt the road and hospitalize you without even crashing. Absolutely extraordinary. And that is just number 5. But hold on, it gets better. Wait until you hear what number 4 put inside its frame. A motorcycle company took a 10-cylinder supercar engine and called it street legal. Proper madness this is. The Dodge Tomahawk. Dodge makes muscle cars. Savage, brutal, thunderous American muscle cars. And at some point, someone in that company looked at their Viper supercar and said, let us put that engine inside a motorcycle. So they did. A 10-cylinder Viper engine, 500 brake horsepower, 500 on a motorcycle. To put that in perspective, that is more power than most supercars have ever produced. In a vehicle you can theoretically ride with your legs. The theoretical top speed, calculated by engineers, never actually tested, was 676 kilometers per hour. 676. That is not a motorcycle anymore. That is a land speed record attempt with handlebars. And here is the thing though, nobody ever tested it, because the engineers who built it refused to even try. They said it was too dangerous to ride at speed under any circumstances. A machine so extreme its own creators would not get on it. Dodge sold 9 units. 9! And they sold them strictly as display pieces. Not for roads, not for tracks, for lobbies, for showrooms, for glass cases. Banned for road use in every single country on Earth without exception. Blimey, look at those numbers. Cracking piece of engineering. The Kawasaki H2R. The Ninja H2R straight up. This changes everything. 326 brake horsepower. Supercharged, not turbocharged, supercharged, meaning power is forced into that engine mechanically, instantly with zero delay, zero hesitation, zero mercy. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.5 seconds. That is faster than a Bugatti Veyron. Let that land for a moment. But here is what makes this bike genuinely terrifying. At speed, this machine generates more aerodynamic downforce than its own body weight, meaning the faster it goes, the more it is pushed into the ground. It literally gets more stable as it approaches its limit. And that limit, the tires on this machine physically disintegrate above 340 kilometers per hour on standard road surfaces. Not wear down, disintegrate. The rubber tears itself apart from the heat and force generated. Illegal on public roads in every country worldwide. Kawasaki requires buyers to hold a professional racing license just to purchase one. And even then, it never leaves the track. This is genuinely breathtaking engineering, spot on in every department, and utterly magnificent in ways that are completely terrifying. No cap, number 2 on this list holds an official world record, and California banned it anyway. Here is why. The Lightning L-218 electric. Electric motorcycles are supposed to be the safe future of two wheels. Quiet, clean, civilized. Nobody told Lightning motorcycles. The L-218 holds the official electric motorcycle land speed record. 218 miles per hour. 351 kilometers per hour. Officially verified on record. And above 300 kilometers per hour, the aerodynamics of this machine becomes so unstable that it begins to destabilize laterally, meaning at its top speed, it is actively trying to throw its rider into the ground. The battery pack runs at a voltage so extreme that contact is instantly lethal. The machine requires a NASA-grade active cooling system just to operate at full power. And California, in 2024, banned road registration of this bike entirely. Only 10 units exist worldwide. 10 machines on the entire planet. And governments have already decided they are not welcome on public roads. This blew my mind completely. And we have not even reached number 1 yet. Number 1 has been illegal since 1972. The Bosozoku, Japan. There are no factory specs for these machines. There is no manufacturer. There is no price list. There is no showroom. The Bosozoku are an underground motorcycle movement that has existed in Japan since the 1960s. And since 1972, every single one of their builds has been completely and permanently illegal. These are not modified motorcycles. These are war machines wearing the skin of motorcycles. Exhaust pipes that stretch taller than the rider himself, screaming into the night sky like industrial siren. Engines pushed so far beyond any safety tolerance that mechanical failure is not a question of if, only when. Braking systems so compromised by modifications that stopping is essentially optional. And these riders, these extraordinary, reckless, completely fearless human beings, know all of this. They know that if they are caught, imprisonment is immediate. They know that their machines have no business existing, and they build them anyway. Every single one of these 5 machines exists for the same reason. Because somewhere, at some point, a human being decided that the rules of physics were merely suggestions, that the limits governments drew were challenges rather than laws, and they built something so savage, so ferocious, and so unstoppably extreme that entire nations had to respond. Governments do not ban machines lightly. But when they do, you know you are looking at something genuinely, historically, extraordinarily dangerous and extraordinary. 5 banned machines, a jet turbine that melts roads, a 10-cylinder monster nobody dares ride, a supercharged track weapon with self-destructing tires, an electric rocket that governments fear, and an underground movement that has defied an entire nation for over 50 years. So here is my question for you, and I want your honest answer in the comments right now. If you could legally ride any one of these 5 machines for a single day, which one would you choose? And would you actually have the nerve to twist that throttle? Drop your answer below. If this video gave you the rush you came here for, smash that subscribe button